in the football sphere. I've got my main man, the real dude, on my Megbe, in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's up?
I don't know if you were listening earlier on, right? but you know, I have a new way of representing myself. Right
I saw it. Pastor, doctor,
yes.
Akatapu,
No.
whatever.
Don't.
But I was listening now.
No, wait.
Emperor.
This is it. Please.
By force. Everyone has a right to education, quite all right. But what if some people do not want to leverage on their right to education? I was going through an article by a college lecturer talking about the fact that the reason why some students are failing is because of their parents. They are forcing them to go to school. I'll give you the details of that. 2 questions I'll be asking. If it was in the place of our children to decide if they wanted to go to school, do you think they would decide wisely? And would you be okay with your child choosing not to go to school? On X, we're at Nigeria Info PH, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch us live, but most importantly, drop your comments in the comment section. As in course of the conversation, the comments will be read out to us. Now, the 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock hour after trending stories, we'll come back and talk about the impact of the national anthem, on our society. Beyond our national anthem being a must at national gatherings and certain public events, what impact does it really have on our society? If you do not know, I think I should let you know. If you knew, I should remind you. A bill seeking to revert to Nigeria's old national anthem scaled second reading on the floor of the Senate on Thursday. The bill was sponsored by Senate leader Bayemi Bamidele and is seeking to replace the current anthem, Arise, O Compatriots, with the old one, Nigeria, we hail thee. I don't know how many people remember that one, but then, like I said, what impact does it have in our society? And then the final hour, of course, remember, it's the TGIF hour, where we get to let down our hair and have as much fun as possible. So do keep your dial locked at 90.3 Nigeria Info FM. Without further ado, shall we begin? Okay, like I said earlier, parents forcing their children to attend school. Yeah, what's someone talking about Jude for? Okay. Jude, which one is Just Shall Come? What happens to Just Come Sha? Mary from Yugoland, leave us alone. Everyone has a right to education. Me, you, everyone. The truth is, for most of us, our parents decided we should go to school. They decided that we should go to school. And they did all within their powers to make sure of it. Primary school, nursery school, secondary school, up until the tertiary level. For others, the parents desired their children attend school, but they couldn't come through for them financially. So maybe for that reason, they did not get to a particular level academically, or they were lucky to get some sort of scholarship or aid to go through school. And then there is that child that would rather not go to school despite the efforts by the parents. Which one were you growing up? The one that would rather not go to school? The one that in the morning, Junior, come and shower. Annabelle, Christabel, Felicia, come and shower. Come and get ready for school. Mommy, I don't want to go to school today. Come on, you keep quiet. Come on, go and have your bath. Mommy, I don't feel like going to school today. Leave me now. I don't want to go to school. Is it by force? Come on, you go to school. You want to turn out to be a useless child? You want to be a non-entity? You want to be roaming on the streets? Come on, will you go and have your bath and go to school? By the time they're adults, come and go to university. Cha-cha. Say, no, I don't want to go to school. So what do you want to do with your life? I just one day. I'm pursuing music. You're pursuing what music? I'm an artist. I have 2-track record. I have EP. I don't want to go. And they say, this child wants to kill me. Hey, this child will not kill me. They force the child. Even the ones that go as far as forcing them to read certain courses and all of that. As told by a college lecturer abroad, the overwhelming and overriding culprit of my students' college failures was their parents. To be frank, many students were miserable. They had attempted to express to their parents that they didn't want to go to college. Whether in the years leading up to high school, graduation, or after starting college life. Their reasons were diverse. Students were unprepared, uninterested, or inadequately supported, be it financially, emotionally, academically, socially, or physically. No matter the reason, I chose to listen and believe my students, which is something their parents decided for their own reasons not to do. Many didn't want to disappoint their parents. They were terrified of letting their parents know that money had been wasted or that they didn't meet their parents' own college dreams for their kids. And he says, I wish I could have said to each of these parents that their child had other options. And he went ahead to give the other options. But you see, that was abroad. This is Nigeria. So let's come home, shall we? If it was in the place of our children to decide if and when they wanted to go to school, do you think they would decide wisely? What would you do? Or would you be okay with your child choosing not to go to school but pursue something else? 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. On X, we are at Nigeria Info PH, and Facebook page is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You all will come and say something like this: parents know best, or parents know better. So the parents should be left to decide the fate of their children academically. Also, remember, once upon a time, parents will choose from the different genders. So if they had male children and female children, once upon a time, these same parents decided that it was a lot better for the boy child to go to school. That way the boy child would go, study, graduate, make money, and come back and take care of the family. The girl children were not considered to get a formal education, solely because in no distant time they will be betrothed and married off to some guy. Now, when I looked at that reason, I could conclude that decision came with a bit of selfishness. Don't get me wrong, because at the end of the day, it is what will profit the family more. Boy child go to school, boy child graduates, boy child makes money, come back and take care of this family, come back and take care of your younger ones. What if that boy child did not want to go to school or wanted to do something entirely different? What if it was the girl child who had the brain for books? The last domestic help I had told me how she had other siblings and how her mom was trying to make sure that she at least goes to school. Hence, she took up the job of a domestic help, which left for her she probably wouldn't be bothered about. And what was the reason? Now she get head for book. I interacted with the mother over the phone, and she said, among all her siblings, them, now only she get head for book, so I just want me she try go this school. Did she want to go to school, even though she had a head for book? So you tell me. Yes, I would agree with you also that at the early stages, when they are yet to discern between good and bad, they don't know their left from their right. The possibility that they would know what to do with their lives, very slim. Very, very slim. But at that point, when they have come to a stage of awareness, would you be willing to agree with them on their decision as it concerned getting an education? Again, the numbers 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. If those two numbers are not connecting, how about we try 0809-030-6416? That's the I beg your pardon. That's the WhatsApp and Telegram number. All right, for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages, 0809-030-6416. And then you can also try calling 0817-923-0009, 0817-923-0009. And Didi Eda on Facebook says, for me, I think the parents want to fulfill their obligation by making sure they raise a good child, so they are right. Fulfilling the obligation by making sure they raise a good child. So in that case, they are right. Chile Edwin says, iron sharpened iron, and people encourage others, just like the parents and the guardians are the guiding light to their children to direct their future. Anonymous. Oh, sorry about that. Ken, welcome. Turn off your radio set, please.
Good afternoon, Gigi.
Good afternoon, Eze Ken from Ubi Mini. Good afternoon. Go ahead.
I think the worst thing a parent can do to his or her child is to deny such child the primary and secondary level of education.
Okay.
In the expense of his or her child is not interested in going to school, rather to go to have a skill. Because for now, even as at then, nothing you do on earth without writing A or B in whatever thing you are doing. That skill of knowledge of knowing how to read A and B is the most important and primary thing in human life. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Chika from Eastern Bypass, welcome.
Hi, yeah. Good morning.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Oh, good afternoon, sorry. Okay, on this issue, I feel like it's just like putting yourself between the devil and the deep blue sea. Because when there was a time, a generation when you could trust that a child would, you believe you give the child a home training, you do the best you can, and you trust that, okay, yeah, truly, this child would at least 70% do the right thing outside. But unfortunately, today, with the situation we have found ourselves, the internet, the society, the public and everything, as a parent, even doing your 100% does not still assure you that your child will turn out right. Because you do your best, you do what you can, you give them the best of ideals and intellectual, that they need. But the society is there playing and anti whatever you're giving the child at home. The internet is offering the child a whole lot of negativities. Now, you as a parent, you also decide, say, oh, okay, you have grown, you have gotten to, let's say, 17, 16, 18. Choose whatever you want to do with your life.
Okay.
You wouldn't really want to take that risk with this day and time. Yeah, I'm not advising that you should force your child to do that or do this, but it is very necessary, very, very necessary to hold the child by the hand and say, no, this is not the right thing for you to do. I've seen your results. I know you're good at math. You like English. Yeah, as much as you like fashion, it's fine and good. But you need to get an education, a proper formal education.
A proper formal
and
education.
Maybe when you are 25, 26, you decide to go into fashion, you have the problem.
All right.
But it is very necessary for every child to get a proper formal education.
But what if the child is failing? I mean, I've heard cases where students fail and they had to fail out. They had to waft them because the failure was too much.
In that case, no. What I meant was, if you know that you have seen this child result, you have seen where they are good at, what they are good at, and they now tell you, I want to do fashion. It's not like fashion is bad.
Okay.
Or whatever. Or maybe I want to do music, or I want to do that. When you say no, at least you are good at this thing. Exhaust it. You can always do music at 30. You can do music at 50. You can do anything else at what age? But
all right. Thank you so much. Annie from Mboeche. Hi, Annie. Welcome. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Didi.
What's your name? Please pronounce your name.
Annie.
Annie.
A-N-I.
Wow. I thought I was going to be talking to a female. Go ahead, Annie.
Okay. I think the world has moved away from that primitive system to a modern system. I don't think any responsible daddy, any responsible man should want to deny her girl child the right to education. As we talk, I have a daughter. She's 2+. If I have any idea, or should I say, if I'm not praying for anything wrong or anything bad to happen to her, but I'm just using it as an example. If I have the idea that my daughter, or if my daughter is diagnosed of anything, any kind of sickness that will make her not to live up to her age 5, that will not still make me to withdraw her from school. Currently, she's 2+. If I have the idea that she's not be able to live beyond 5 years, I will not deny her from education, because number one is my responsibility.
Okay.
Number two, it's her right. So nothing on age should make me deny my girl child the responsibility for education. And again, saying children don't want to go to school, we all pass through that. We know that at some stage in their life, they will not be able to make the best decision. They will just want to take a decision that is comfortable to them, which may not turn out to be the best decision. So it is our responsibility as parents to push them to the right track. Come on, go to school. Things like that, we encourage them. If it needs a subtle discipline, we just discipline them subtly. So that's my take on that.
Come on, go to school. I'm not going to school. I don't want to. Come on, go to school. Nonsense. You want to turn out to be a useless, a wayward child. You want to be a cultist. You want to be... I mean, I've heard somebody tell the child, you want to be a vagabond. I'm like, that's huge. But are you asking them what else they want? I feel like this conversation is probably going to spill over to after the 1 o'clock hour, because there's some things I would like to share with us. Time may not permit me to share them. In the next 4 minutes, we need to go on a commercial break, and by the time we come back, we'll have barely 2 minutes left for this conversation. I'll just try to see how I can make the most of it, all right? Someone says, not in my house, so be it a girl or a boy. You must go to school. Afterwards, you can pursue whatever you want to pursue. No be pikin go tell parents wetin them go do. The parents always know better. Shikina, Simply Goodness from Alakaya. This one, okay, I thought I was about to pick that call now. This one says, greetings, Denise. As for education, I want the nursery to secondary level mandatory as a law. Tertiary is optional. The lack of at least secondary education among citizens of a nation is detrimental. The world is going all AI. Major from Port Harcourt. And this other one says, from Destiny, good afternoon, DDW. Basic education is what is important when it comes to going to school. So when it comes to basic education, children should be forced to attend school at least from basic 1 to secondary level of WAEC. But if it's university level, I don't think they should be forced to do so. I told my mom some time ago that I don't need to attend university. And she wasn't angry like I thought she would. They said I have a brain for book, but education doesn't exist only in the four walls of a classroom. So if any child says they don't want to attend university level, the parents should first hear them out and don't force them to do so, maybe to cover face in the public or fulfill their personal expectations of them. Jumbo Tamano Saki says, it's imperative that you sensitize your kids on the need to go to school. You have to try all what you could to get them to go to school. While other disciplines and businesses are equally encouraged and sustainable, education will shaping them to carry out any other form of business. But if a child finally and stubbornly refuses to go to school, irrespective of your trials, you can still guide them and wish them well. That might be their destiny. Yet, parents can still be continually persuasive and insist from time to time, even if the child had deviated from educational interest. Persist, persuade from time to time. If you're just joining us, it is the sunny side right here on 90.3 Nigeria Info. What are we talking about? Parents forcing their children to go to school. Any child that has refused to go to school is clearly seen as one who wants to disgrace the family, especially when the parents have the resources to train that child up until any level. For the parents who do not have that kind of leverage, depends. If you go to the higher institutions, I bet you will find at least in a department more than 10 people who are fending for themselves in school, paying their house rents, paying their school fees. The parents only know that their children are in school and they are proud. I can only train you from this level to this level. I mean, someone in my church once told me how her father told her, I've trained you to secondary school. I have tried. I cannot do it again. Bring man to come and marry you. Well, after the commercial break, conversation continues. Stay tuned.
In a world where wallflowers only bloom for a few to see, you have a chance to bloom because you deserve it. Bridgerton Season 3 is